Alright, well, the system that I use to present my the dialogue server presentation is this thing I'm working on called Novem. And I'm doing it for some other projects. It has nothing to do, other than its relation through me, with the dialogue server. The dialogue server won't use any of this. There's no budgeted time for anything custom, really, except for whatever it takes to maybe plug some of the open source commodity, server software like Clipbucket and WordPress, and together we might do some custom work to glue them together, but we're not gonna. So this is more for tier 2 or even tier 3, or for that matter, things that have absolutely nothing to do with public dialogue per se. But they're web ideas. You could argue everything is involved, blah blah blah. But you know what I mean. It's not this idea or this hobby or activity or conversation that we're having. It's separate. And I'm not really ready to go into it because I don't have it packaged up. But it's a JavaScript client, and I am going to open source it. So I've gone ahead, since I've had a couple PM threads with people that are interested in stuff. So I figured I'll just sooner rather than later, go ahead and describe what's going to happen with this. So it's not packaged up yet. Of course, you can always look at the JavaScript. It's in your browser when you go there. I will, and I'm thinking if anybody is interested in using this or contributing, then I'll go ahead and put the source code up on GitHub, and I'll do that. There's a couple days of work just to package that stuff up and have some sample static pages. This can work with any web server. I won't be open sourcing my server software. That's the actual idea, and you have this open source GUI, but what your website, what you put inside it, is still something that separate. Well, the server software might get open sourced at some point, but it's just not appropriate now. It's a little early for this too, but it works pretty good. Let me show you some of the things. Okay, well, first of all, I have this shown. I'm just going to use the console here real quick to turn off admin features for a second. Okay. So this is what you see. You come to the I'll show you, novem9.org. And what these, so each of these things, well, here, I'll show you. So the way this works, I'm just removing these so we can see what's underneath here. I had the console open, so it was trying to tell me something. I'll just remove all of these. There's a quicker way to do this, but okay. So you can just see the gray checkerboard. This one down here has been split into subcells. Basically, though, the idea of the 9 are these 9 locations, right? So I'll just reload that, and all of these spots now they have content loaded in them. Now I have it set right now kind of in editor mode where I can move stuff around, if you notice. But if you notice in the thing, you can move the title bars around. They're not really meant to go anywhere else, but you can move them. And but that stuff, you can lock that in, so I don't have to I could put things in here and then save it, and then for people that aren't the editor, it'd be locked in place. But in general, yeah, all of these things, so like this logo here, that's how it's displaying in thumb mode, but if I drag it down to the middle, it tells me a little bit about itself. They know pods, when their neighbors, indicate whether they communicate with their neighbors. See, this is all in its own border, rounded border, and it's saying, look, I'm just my own self. But when I put this other guy, this article, it knows that it connects. Here's an example of something that does communication. This down here is showing RSS headlines, and this one, so like if I click here I can see that current article. Probably put the full article in an iframe down here. Okay, it's just showing the headlines. This guy down here is the one that knows how to get them. I can put a URL, I could paste, I could do a Google News search, which is what I did, and then go to the bottom, get the RSS link or any other RSS link of Twitter or anything. Everything gives out RSS. You put it in here. You can give it a title there, and then I would save it, which you can't do because you have to have admin privileges. And the new thing would take effect when I reloaded the page. I could make it take effect right away, but I just haven't done that yet. This is a pre-alpha, this is a development release. And see, if this guy's up here, this guy goes, oh look, I'm all alone. But when this is down here, you can see click. So they're joining together, right? So let's say I go to the PDS server presentation. Oops, typed the wrong thing. Oh, my computer's chunk along doing some other stuff. It might need some optimization still, of course, but I've also optimized it a lot. Okay, so there's various things I can do. So I have some editor controls here. So this editor control, for example, I can change that layout I was talking about. So these 9 boxes, or this grid, see there's 10 over here, and this thing's in 3x2. So I could change this one. 4x4 is kind of interesting. They look like books. I want to have this mode where it'll draw the title sideways on the binding. I know how to rotate text because it looks like a bookshelf, so I kind of like it. It doesn't work with these graphics though. This thing right here is the layout. This can be saved, so it'd be very easy. Even on the browser side, I could let the user in their own, not cookies, but in their own data store, key value space, could save how they want things to look. And settings. This is my black hole instead of my a trash can. It shows there's a drag and drop, so you can drag things into these empty spaces and they'll just go sit there. But you can, if you drag them into another pod that's designed to take them, and the pod can do whatever it wants, which in this case is it deletes them, and they go in this list because I can bring them back if I want. I have a Google Map thing I'm not using, but I can use iframes and stuff like that if I want to. The login used that, but then I found out that wouldn't let me. I have this kind of article here. Oops. Gotta watch out. Okay, so move that down there. This is also an article. Oh yeah, so when I want to edit one of these things, I can just this little line here only this editor control line only shows up for editors, of course. You can edit, and it edits right in the web page. Takes a couple seconds to load the ELRTE or whatever it's called. Yeah, and you have bitmaps. It's it's like a word processor. If you want to look at the HTML source, you can go over here. It just makes that all compressed, so I made a little pretty thing to make it easier to look at the HTML when you have to. So what else? That's the basic idea. This eye candy of it going back and forth, this is because of my sense and motor metaphor ideas with cognitive science. I want there to be a connection. I also like reducing how many scroll bars there are. There can be a scroll bar in this middle section, but the footer editor stays in place. It's possible to make them small enough you don't need the scroll bar. And what else? Each of these things can be developed independently. You can have code and content. Yeah, I guess just watch for more coming, and if anybody's interested in using this stuff, just tell me. I'll do the open source stuff sooner rather than later, I suppose. If somebody is really wanted to, it's ready enough to play with. On the other hand, you might want to wait a couple months. But I put the website up, and I'm going to host the other things through this server. This novem9.org is really just pointing to the tilelab.appspot.com. So, alright. Okay, cheers.